2021 has been a terrible year for Alibaba. First, Jack Ma, he kind of disappeared. Then Ant Group IPO was suspended. There's also been worries about a possible US delisting. Basically, to sum it up, China is trying to kill its golden goose, Alibaba. In this video, I want to look at Alibaba in detail and also give you my opinion on the situation. This is an ongoing series where I look into troubled businesses and see what we can learn from them. My last video was about Evergrande, so also please check it out. Anyway, with that said, let's get looking into Alibaba. Alibaba is an e-commerce giant, mostly serving in China, but they are also expanding worldwide. Now, to give you an idea of how big Alibaba is, we can compare it to Amazon. Now, Amazon, they own 39% of the e-commerce market share in the US. Meanwhile, Alibaba owns 59% of the e-commerce market share in China. So you may be wondering, doesn't that mean Alibaba makes more money than Amazon? Well, that's incorrect because each person in America spends much more money than each person in China at this moment. Alibaba is essentially a platform that connects buyers with sellers for two types of transactions. The first transaction is B2C, or business to consumer. It's similar to retail, where a business sells to the direct user. The second transaction is B2B, or business to business, similar to wholesale, where a business sells goods to another business. Although e-commerce is their main business, in order for it to work, it needs to be supported by two other businesses. First is their logistic business, Cainiao, which does the storage and delivery of their goods. And the second business is the payment business, Alipay, which is similar to PayPal in the US. And together, they all form Alibaba's ecosystem. Now, besides the e-commerce business, they also have other businesses. The first one is cloud computing, which offers computing infrastructure to other businesses. The second business is the entertainment business. So they stream music just like Spotify, and they also stream movies just like Netflix. Now, before I continue, I want to address a common misconception about the company. And that is, although you associate Alibaba with the face of Jack Ma is actually no longer the CEO or in the board of the company. He actually stepped down in 2019. In November of 2020, Jack Ma criticized China's banking system, calling it an old boys club. He subsequently disappeared from the media, and his company Ant Group, which owns Alipay, their IPO, which stands for Initial Public Offering. It's a way for them to put their company into the stock exchange in Hong Kong. That got suspended. Then in April of 2021, the government fined Alibaba for monopolistic behavior and forced them to open up their ecosystem. So previously, sellers who were on Alibaba's platform were not allowed to use rival platform, and the government put an end to it. In September of 2021, Alibaba was forced to donate $16 billion to the government's Common Prosperity Fund. Now, this common prosperity is China's 2025 goal towards narrowing the wealth gap. Then in November of 2021, Alibaba posted some pretty bad financial results. In December of 2021, their cloud computing had security issues, and the government said, "Fix it up or we'll stop working with you." Overall, 2021 was a terrible year for Alibaba, and as a result, their share price crashed 63%. China actually has specific goals it wants to achieve in each of its industries, and they rely on companies in those industries to help them achieve the goals. To give you a better understanding of this, let's look at three particular goals that China has, and let's see what Alibaba is doing. The first goal is safe lending, and Alibaba was actually creating risky lending through Alipay. So therefore the government suspended Ant Group IPO. The second goal was healthy competition. And as I explained to you before, Alibaba is a monopoly. So therefore the government fined Alibaba and told them to open up their ecosystem. The third goal is data security. And Alibaba had cloud security issues, so therefore the government told Alibaba to fix these issues. Well, whenever you talk about Alibaba, there is a general fear associated to the company, and it comes down to three main fears. The first fear is that there's a worry that there's more government intervention to Alibaba in the future that will affect its business. The second fear is the VIE structure. VIE stands for Variable Interest Entity. China restricts its tech companies to be owned by foreign investors, and VIE structure helps to bypass this restriction by you owning a company in Cayman Islands that is linked to the company in China. Yes, you heard it right. You are not owning the company in China, you are owning a company in the Cayman Islands. So people are worried about this structure. The third fear is about the listing. Now, the US requires all foreign companies to follow their accounting rules. However, China is not allowing companies in China to follow US accounting rules. And unless China and US come to a mutual agreement, US have said that they will delist companies like Alibaba. As an investor, I like to separate the scary news headlines from the actual issues that affect the business. So let's look at what I consider are the real issues, and it comes down to three main issues. The first issue is the VIE structure. Although China has already said that they won't ban the VIE structure, as an investor, you need to consider the risk of not actually owning the business in China. The second issue is on more forced donations. These forced donations, they are affecting the profit of the business. And in this case, we don't know moving forward whether there'll be more donations in the future. However, I have done some research, and this common prosperity donation goal, it's in the 2025 goal, but it's not shown in the 2035 goal of the Chinese government. The third issue, and it's the issue that I have the most concern about, is Alibaba's ecosystem. Now, their ecosystem is their competitive advantage. It's what Buffett calls the moat of the company. Imagine a castle with a moat surrounding it. It protects the castle from its enemies, and in this case, it protects the company from its competitors. Now, the government may have harmed Alibaba's competitive advantage by telling them to open up their ecosystem. Now, we don't know the impact of this. It may show up later in poor financial results. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I did a lot of research for this one. Anyway, if you liked it, please give me a like and also subscribe to my channel. Have a good week, and I'll see you in the next video.